Hi guys, and welcome back to Bite Size Excel. In today's video, we're going to take a look at some of the formatting options for charts in Excel. So we're going to start with this spreadsheet, which has monthly data for around 70 sites. And what we're going to do is we're going to insert a chart just showing the data for the first 10 sites. So we go to Insert, Recommended Charts, and let's just pick a bar chart for now. We will make this chart a little bit bigger so that we can see what's going on. When you insert a chart, there are a number of different tools available for formatting your chart elements. The first of these is the ribbon. When you insert a chart, you will get this design and this format tab up the top. And the second tool will be your task pane, which appears on the side when you select certain elements. So if you right click and go to Format Chart Area, you'll have this formatting box appearing on the side. Now, depending on what element of your chart you click on, you will get different options along here. Essentially, this little paint bucket is your fill and line, all the different fill options that you might want, and different border options. And depending on which element of your chart you select, depends on where these effects will be applied to. The second option here is your effects. So you can put shadows, glows, soft edges, and 3D formats on various elements. The third option will be your size and the properties of your chart, so how you want things aligned. And the last option is your access options. So this is what the minimum maximum bounds of your axis is, how you want your units to display, and then there's other options for tick marks, for your labels and where they're positioned, and numbers, including things like how many decimal places, whether you want a comma separator, and the format of your axis. You'll get slightly different options then if you pick your horizontal axis here. The other option you get in this sidebar is your text options box, and you can have a play around with your text fill and the outline of your text, different text effects, and how your text box is formatted and things particularly like alignment. So if we close that down, other options for formatting our chart in terms of how we want to visualize our data, there is this option in the ribbon for switching your row and your column. So at the moment our chart has gone in automatically as the months along the horizontal axis, and then your sites are represented by these individual bars. If you switch your row and your column, your sites will appear along the bottom and your individual bars will be representing months. So if we switch that back, the next option is to select the data that it's pointing to. So if we click in, you can change what data in your workbook you want in your chart data range up here. There's also a number of different options for editing your legend and your axis labels. A quick way of selecting data, if you have a chart already in and you just want to change the data that's being shown, you will notice that when you select your chart, it will highlight in your workbook the data that's pointing to. And if we just grab on the edge of this blue box and drag it down, we can select different sites. So now this is showing sites 11 to 20. So bring that back. You can also quickly change your chart type in here by clicking on this button. So for example, say we want to change it from a column chart to a line chart. We can select, there's a number of different options along the top. Find the chart that you want, click OK, and it will change it. You can move your chart to a different workbook. So if we click on here, we can move it within the tabs in our current workbook, or we can start a new sheet and move our chart to a new sheet. In previous videos, we've touched on changing our chart style. So if we click the little drop down here, there's a number of different styles that are preset, and you can pick any one of these for your chart. There are also a number of options under quick layout, so you can select something that is suitable for you. However, if you want to create your own chart style, you can do so quickly using the Add Chart Elements button here, where you can play around with the different elements of your chart. For example, you might want to take away either your horizontal or vertical axis. You might want to add in, at the moment it's got a vertical axis but doesn't have a horizontal one, so we can add that in. You can look at your chart titles. So it's got some quick options here, and if you click on more title options, your sidebar will appear and you can have a play around. You can add in data labels so that your data and values actually appear on the chart. You can add in a data table underneath the chart. You can add in error bars or amend your grid lines quickly. You can adjust where your legend sits. And then there are other options around lines, trend lines, and up-down bars. You can also quickly change the color of your chart. So if we click this drop down, it's got a number of preset options for changing your colors. Another way of doing this is to go into your page layout tab, and under this colors drop down, there are a number of preset options within Excel, and this will change the entire color scheme of your workbook. You'll notice here that not only has the chart changed color, but also the table that sits behind it. You'll find some other options for your chart on this Format tab on your ribbon, which appears when you select your chart. And this is where you'll find your options for changing your things like your colors or your text within your chart. So for example, say you want to select your chart title and give it a background color. We can select that with Shape Fill. You might want to change the color of one of your lines. So if we select it, you can change your color using the shape outline. And you can play around with your text using these text effect buttons, or you can go to your Home tab and play around with your font. The ribbon here also has a number of options for arranging your data and aligning it, similar to the options that you can find in the sidebar. So this has been just a brief introduction to where you find the different options for amending your charts within Excel. One of the quickest way to edit your charts in Excel is to find a chart style that is almost in line with what you want and have a play around with the quick layout to find a layout that's similar to what you want, and then just tweak the individual elements using the options either on your ribbon or using the options in your formatting pane. I hope that you found this video useful. Please do like and subscribe, and I do look forward to seeing you on the next video.